Well, the crisis in Ukraine continues. The Russian invasion has been ongoing for several weeks now with no sure end in sight. And joining us is Dr. Liam Anderson, professor of political science at Wright State University. Thank you so much for joining us. With Russia intensifying its attacks on Ukraine, President Biden today announced that new $800 million military aid package. What will this go towards? Do you truly believe this will change the dynamic of this war?
Well, as I understand it, most of this appears to be artillery pieces, howitzers and ammunition for the artillery pieces and drones. And so this isn't the sort of military equipment that will change the dynamic in any fundamental way, but it will enable the Ukrainians to stay in the fight. So they will continue to be able to inflict fairly heavy losses on the Russians as the Russians advance from the east towards the west.
Yeah, Russian President Vladimir Putin has claimed success in Mariupol, but ordered his forces not to storm the site where the last pocket of Ukrainian resistance in the besieged port city is. What's the reason behind this order?
Well, the last resistors in Mariupol are holed up in a steelworks complex, which it's about 5 square miles, so it's a huge thing, and it would be a complete nightmare to assault that. You'd take heavy losses. I think by this stage, the defenders have probably run out of food and water and ammunition and all the rest. So I think Putin must be expecting the surrender of that complex to be imminent. So why would you risk your troops when the surrender's probably today or tomorrow? So that would be the logic, I would think.
Yeah, that's a good point. The Ukrainian president has also called on Portugal to support a European ban on Russian gas and oil to help his country's efforts. He drew a parallel between his country's fight against Russian aggression and Portugal's 1974 Carnation Revolution. If Portugal does support the ban, what impact could that have on the situation?
Well, in and of itself, Portugal is it's a tiny economy by global standards or by European standards. So Portugal itself makes no difference. But I think Europe as a whole, if Europe were to make a collective decision to sanction gas and oil, that would make a very significant difference. The difficulty for Europe is you've got to find alternative suppliers, and that's not an easy task in the short run. So it's going to take months or years to find alternative suppliers, particularly of gas. Gas is the problem, because it's not easy to ship around the place. So Portugal in and of itself makes no difference, but the Europe as a whole would do, particularly somewhere like Germany.
An active situation, changing day by day here. We're following it here every step of the way. Dr. Liam Anderson, professor of political science at Wright State University, thanks for joining us.
Pleasure.